Hello friends, hi, I'm Abhinash and welcome once again to my channel. Let me remind you that my sole objective is to help and assist as many interview candidates and working professionals as possible by sharing my experiences with all of you. You can also email your queries to me at my ID abhinashk48@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to help you. Fine, so let's get started. Whenever the interviewing team asks you, do you have any questions to ask? You should always reply yes. You should be prepared for the questions to ask before you interview. Let us first understand why it is important to ask questions. Having no questions to ask the interviewers at the end of an interview can have a negative impact when it comes to your final selection. So here's why it is important to ask questions. First point is it shows your interest. When you ask questions in the interview, it shows that you are interested and want to know more about the company. Questions show the interviewers that you are serious about the position. Without questions, they could be asking themselves, do you actually want the job you're applying for? Or are you just going through the motions because this is the sort of position you know you're qualified for? Second point is it is a chance to learn more. When the interviewer is asking questions about you and your experience, this is the time when you should be conducting an interview for yourself. When asking questions about the company, this is a chance to see if you will be a good fit for the position. Without asking questions, you won't be able to judge that. Third point is it is a chance to make a memorable last impression. If there is another candidate that has the same qualifications as you are, and the interviewer is trying to decide who to pick, the questions you ask could make you stand out. The questions you ask could show the interviewer your interest in and dedication to getting the job. Let us come to the questions which you can ask the interviewers. Some of the questions are those which I have asked the interviewers in the past, while some other questions are those which other interview candidates have asked me. So let's come to the first question, which is about the company culture. Question number one, which you can ask, is clarifying about the company culture. You can frame the question in this fashion. You have been working with the company for quite some time now. Can you tell me about the company culture and what is so attractive about the company? Why it is a good question? If you're a fresher and have never worked before, this can give you a good idea about the culture of the company. Alternatively, if you're an experienced candidate, this question can be used to find out how this company operates differently than your earlier companies or current company where you're working. Remember, friends, this is one of the most common questions asked by candidates to the interviewers. Now we come to the second point, which is question number two is about the average tenure of employees in the company. You can frame your question like, how long do employees on an average tend to stay with the company? When you ask this question, it will be understood that you're trying to know if the duration of the stay is longer for employees, then probably it is a good place to stay and the work environment is also conducive. But if employees leave in 2 years' time, this may imply that people may not want to stay longer in the company. This question shows that you are looking forward to working in the company and evaluating that by knowing the average job tenure of employees. Question number three is what is the leadership style followed by managers in the company? This question can be used to gauge the working environment of managers in the organization. Don't ask about who is in charge. Instead, ask about their methods of dealing with certain situations. Next question which you can ask is what opportunities are there for career growth within the company? Question number five can be what sort of on the job training is provided to the new joiners? And finally, the sixth question which you can ask is does this company encourages training their employees to upgrade their skills? Remember to ask only one or maximum two out of the six questions which I have suggested for you. Now we come to the questions which you should not ask the interviewers. The first statement is say that you have no questions for them. This is a big mistake. You should always have at least one question ready to ask at the end of the interview. Otherwise, you come off looking unprepared at best and uninterested or incompetent at worst. Next is ask questions about salary or benefits. Unless it is brought up specifically by the interviewers, You should not be asking them. Remember, interviewers at this stage will be interviewing several other candidates and may not have made a decision to select you. Salary discussions will come later once you are selected for the position and the recruiter is prepared to make you an offer. Next is out of work questions. There's nothing wrong with being interested in the broader company culture, but steer clear of questions about the number of calendar holidays or the number and types of leaves provided by the company or anything unrelated to the job in question. Don't ask too many questions. Don't rapidly ask 4 or 5 questions, else your interviewer will be peeved and frustrated. Ask only 1 or 2 questions. Don't think you can impress the interviewing team by asking too many questions. It can backfire on you. Next is asking what the company does. This is a red flag for an interview. This shows that you have not done any research at all about the company. During my career as an HR professional, several candidates have asked me this question. Let me cite a very recent incident. When the candidate asked me about what the company does, I did explain to him about my company, but I also in turn did ask him as to why he didn't check our company website before coming for the interview. That candidate replied that he didn't get time to go through the website, which was an even more absurd response. Needless to say, the candidate in question was not selected for the position. Now we come to the final point, which is asking personal questions. While interviewing one candidate about 3 years ago, when I had asked him if he had any questions to ask, he had asked me, "Where do you live?" When I told him where I lived, he again asked me the name of the institute from where I completed my MBA. I did answer him with a smile though, but my point is that you should avoid asking personal questions to the interviewers like, "Where do you live? Are you married? You're a native of which state? From which college did you pass out?" and so on, since these questions demonstrate your immaturity for the position. Always remember, friends, when the interviewer asks you this question, "Do you have any questions to ask?" You should only ask either one or at the max 2 questions. Don't think that you can impress the interviewers by asking them too many questions. In today's video, I've mentioned 6 questions, so you can choose which questions you can ask. So this concludes my presentation for today and also concludes my interview question number 7 of the interview question series. I've also prepared a separate playlist for all those interview questions which you can watch at one go. So friends, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so and also like my videos as and when you watch them. You can also comment on my videos, and if you want to ask questions, please mail at my ID abhinashk48@gmail.com. So friends, until we meet again, thanks, have a nice day, bye, take care.